In this video, I'll review and update my Endowus Robo Advisor Portfolio after a span of 8 months. My purpose is to show you what have I invested in and also put my money where my mouth is so that it can help you decide for yourself whether you want to invest in Endowus as well. What's up guys, it's Christopher from Honey Money SG, and in this channel we are all about building financial knowledge, teach money saving hacks and also help you lead a fulfilling quality of life. So disclaimer first, this is not financial advice again, treat it as entertainment purpose or knowledge sharing. And also this is my 4th Endowus video, so if you are interested in how have I done for the past few months, you can take a look at my playlist over here for Endowus. So for those who are new to my channel, I started my Endowus journey since last year 2020 in the middle of December. So from the time until now, it has been 8 months since I started Endowus investing. And for those who don't know who Endowus is one of the digital advisors in Singapore that can help you invest with your cash, your CPF OA and your SRS. But for the purpose of my investment, I only use CPF and SRS, so this is the example that you will see later. So let me start off by giving you a recap of how have I done for the last 6 months update in my previous video. In my previous video, you can see that my total investment value for Endowus was around 18.5k with a total net gain of around 1.1k Singapore dollars, which represents around 6% of gain. So if you extrapolate the result, it means 6% gain over a span of 6 months, right? Which is not too bad in my opinion, because I was only aiming for 7% annual returns since it is investing in a diversified world index as well as the S&P 500. And then if we were to go into the detailed SRS portfolio and the CPF portfolio, my SRS portfolio was the main one that is pulling up the gain. So that was around 6 to 7% gain on my SRS net gain. But for my S&P 500 portfolio using CPF OA that time, it was kind of break even because of that correction period between April and May. So that was my previous result for 6 months, earned 1.1k unrealized gain. So let's move on to see how has it performed after 8 months. With that, let me take you through my Endowus portfolio and walk through it with you. Let's go. Alright, so here is my Endowus dashboard. You can see my total investment value has risen to 24k dollars in Singapore dollars, and then the gain or loss has increased to 2.1 thousand Singapore dollars, which represents an increase of 9.63% simple return. So compared to the previous June update where I had only 1.1k gain or loss, now it has risen by $1,000. So what has happened over these few months, you can take a look at this chart. I actually just DCA every month, so I DCA around $1,275 every month into my SRS portfolio and around $1,000 into my CPF OA investment portfolio. Last update, you can see the slight drop due to the major correction, and then this time you can also see a slight drop here because of the China correction. But at the same time, the S&P 500 index have hit an all-time high again. That's why my portfolio has been increasing at the same time. So right now it's around 24,000 Singapore dollars. In terms of the absolute gain, you can take a look over here. My SRS wealth accumulation details. Basically, I had around unrealized gain of $1,000, which represents around 6.77%. Okay, and then I use 100% equity portfolio, so 0% fixed income or bond. So then this is my projected return. And then for my FundSmart S&P 500, which I bought in Lion Infinity 500 index, you can see investment value is around 8.2k, gain or loss around $500 with a percentage gain of 6.73%. So this is only buying into the LionGlobal Infinity 500. Okay, again, then for those who may ask, why my gain only like 1.5k in total but my gain here is 2.1k? It's because I realized around $600 of realized gain, especially during the April period where I sold off some of my portfolio and then I buy in back in my SRS fund. You can take a look at my April update video for the details. Okay, but overall you can see last time my S&P 500 index was just break even, so around $8, but now he has gained by $500. So not bad, The S&P 500 index has been gaining some traction over these few months. So that's my absolute gain. But let's take a look at my performance, okay, overall performance. So this table over here will show you what's the performance when benchmarked, right? So the simple return is the one that we are looking at just now on the dashboard. All time is around 9.63%. Year to date, that means January 1st, 2021 till now, around 9.2%. Okay, 1 month again around 2%, and then past 6 months again around 9.58%. Modified Dyer's rates of return. Okay, this is the gain or loss divided by your weighted average net investment as long as you are invested, and then the time weighted return is take away the timing effect. This is the best metric when compared to other investments. So basically, these numbers are higher in percentage gain because it's extrapolated to 12 months of investment return. So this means that in 1 year, if my return is consistent using the past performance, I will generate an annual time weighted return of around 18%, which is really high, right? For something that is so passive that I don't have to look at the charts or stock prices every day. I think this is really a very good return if you're generating this percentage a year. I'm happy with anything above 7%, to be honest. So this is really good, okay? And then let's take a look at my portfolio. So you can see my LionGlobal Infinity 500 has increased to around 59% allocation. Half of it is coming from my SRS and the other half is coming from my CPF. Okay, so here is the fund level fees. You can see Endowus actually rebate some of that fund level fees back to you. So your fund level fee after your rebate is 0.4%. Add up that 0.4% from your Endowus platform fee, that will equate to a total of 0.8% management fee. Okay, my second in line is Dimensional Core Equity Fund. That's 25% of my total investment. And dimensional funds are actually quite cheap because of the very cheap fund level fees. So I don't know if next time I may just switch my whole portfolio to Global Core Equity Fund by Dimensional, but as of now I just want to keep it since the S&P 500 is performing at an all-time high. Let's take a look at the top 10 holdings that I have. So last update I had Apple Inc. at around 4.7%. Now it has dropped to around 4.2%. And I believe Microsoft Corporation has risen, right? Last time it's not so high, close to 4%. But now Microsoft is already close to Apple portfolio percentage. So Microsoft must be performing really well, right? The rest are your common fund companies: Amazon, Facebook, Google, Berkshire Hathaway, JP Morgan, Johnson & Johnson, Tesla. 10 countries remain US as the largest, followed by Japan and China. And then sector allocation, mainly tech, financial services like a bank, and consumer cyclical. Okay, so if you're new to Endowus, there is this model asset allocation where you can select between core and ESG. ESG means that you only invest in those environmental, sustainable growth companies. So they are more into those kind of green companies, I would say. You can just choose core like me if you really don't know what to choose. For myself, I choose a very aggressive portfolio, which is 100% equities and 0% bond or fixed income. Some of you all may have a lower risk appetite, so you all can choose between the aggressive to a measured portfolio. So you have more bond and fixed income percentage right there. And then you can also see the past performance. If you choose 100% equity and then you want to choose a balanced portfolio, right? This will be your return. Of course, your return won't be as good as a very aggressive portfolio, but similarly your risk is lesser lah. That's all I can say. Okay, and then Endowus also have this reward section where you can refer your friends to get $20. So now I'm going to refer you. For those who don't have Endowus portfolio, go and use my referral link. Okay, I'll put it in the description and the comment section so you can use my link to get $20 worth of excess fee credits. So for those who have used my referral link, you all will be shown in your referral history right here. Thank you for using my referral link. Thank you for the support. And let's get back to the video. Alright, so you have seen my Endowus portfolio and see how has it been performing for the 8 months. So that's me being really transparent about my Endowus Robo Advisor investment journey, right? If you like the video so far, please remember to hit a like at the bottom of the video and let me answer some of your frequently asked questions so that it can address to more audience. Okay, one of the most common question is how much CPF can I invest with Endowus? But to put it simply, any amounts that is above 20,000 Singapore dollars in your CPF OA will be eligible to invest. But remember to leave a small amount above 20k so that you can deduct it for your transaction fees. What are the transaction fees I'm talking about? Number one, there is your CPF transaction fee that is valued at around $2 to $2.50, and also your CPF platform investment fee, which charges around $2 to $2.50 per quarter as well. And also if your CPF OA balance actually fall below 20k and then your Endowus come and deduct it but is unsuccessful because you don't have the 20k minimum requirement, then CPF will also charge you a small fine of $5.35 as described in my April video. So make sure you leave a small amount, not too much, maybe $100 for the fees just to be safe. Then you are good to go for the CPF investment. Okay, question number 2 for the frequently asked question. What is SRS and why should we invest with SRS? SRS is known as a supplementary retirement scheme, which is kind of like a deferred tax scheme scheme that helps you to defer your income tax from now till your elder age. As you all know, time value of money, your money now is worth more than your money in the future, right? So if you are able to defer your income from your current year to your elder years, in fact that money will be taxed less heavily. So what happens in the SRS is, if you top up to this account, you'll reduce your tax accessible income by the same amount for your current year. And then when you reach the age of withdrawal, which is 62, only 50% of the amount that you withdraw from your SRS account is taxable. So for example, if I actually top up my SRS account by $10,000 this year, I'll reduce my current 2021 tax accessible income by 10k, and let's say at my age 62, I took out $10,000 Singapore from my SRS account, only $5,000 of it will be taxed. So it works like a deferred tax scheme. Of course, this is just a very simple explanation, but if you want more details, do write down in the comment section below. I'll try to help you address them. And let's move on to question number 3. Why not use cash to invest with Endowus? Now, I know there are a lot of robo advisors like Scythe, Stashaway. They are very popular with the young adults because they have cheap commission rates, right? But if we look at the Endowus fees, they charge 0.6% for cash investments, while they only charge 0.4% for SRS and CPF investments. So I think Endowus is also trying to promote us to invest with our CPF and SRS and not leaving them untouched. That's why they have really low commission fees for the CPF and SRS investing. If you're using the cash investing at 0.6%, I wouldn't say it's a bad rate, but I would say it's just 50% more expensive than CPF and SRS, right? And also you have better and cheaper alternatives if you are just using like interactive brokers to buy your world index ETFs and your S&P 500 ETFs. If you have watched my video describing about the brokers that I've used, interactive brokers is one of my most recommended broker because you can buy your London Stock Exchange ETFs that are domiciled at Ireland. If you want to buy a world index ETF, you could go with the stock ticker VWRA. And if you want to buy S&P 500 ETF, you could go with CSPX, which both of them are available on interactive brokers, and you only need to pay a small commission without any quarterly platform fees, whatever. So if you want to use cash, there are really a lot of alternatives that you can use, which is cheaper. So for robo advisors like Endowus, I would recommend you just go with your CPF investing or your SRS investing. I think that will work best. Alright, so I hope my August update, which is my 8 months performance update for Endowus, has helped you to decide whether you want to sign up with Endowus. And if you're interested to sign up, do remember to use my referral link. I'll provide it in the description as well as the comments pin so that you can get $20 worth of access free credits that can help you get free commission trade of up to 6 months. Remember to like this video at the bottom, hit the like button, and subscribe to my channel if you find this content useful. Also check out my other videos here on personal finance and investing. My name is Christopher. This is Honey Money SG, steering young adults to financial independence.